Hey Mixers, welcome back to another college football video. We're winding down on our college football. It's going to be the playoffs soon. But we got several more weeks still of the regular season, and we've been pulling back our player props because, it's just inherently a little bit more risky. Some teams have something to play for, some teams don't. And so we've scaled those back, gone more in on the game bets. But I do have some cash to give away from the last video because our moneyline parlay did hit. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel, and then we'll go into the review and then get into the bets for this week. All right. Quite a few of you guys on the wheel today, which is awesome for college football because I don't get a lot of views on these college football videos. And looks like we had my boy Ponju. He said, let's rock. And we did. So reach out to me and I will get that cash for you. All right, guys. So it was a pretty light week last week. I just had the moneyline parlay for you, BYU and Utah. And they both won. So BYU killed TCU. Utah killed Baylor. Big wins. And so we just got plus 107 for that. That brings our total game bets for college up about almost 5 units, which is great for the season. And then on player props, I couldn't tell you because it's all mixed in with like basketball and football, but we're up like I think 95, maybe like 100 units for the since week 0 of college football. But that's including all sports. All right, let's get into the picks for this week. First, we're going to do a moneyline parlay with like 5 teams. They're like heavy favorites. So Vandy versus Kentucky, moneyline. Vandy has not lost at home. They only have 2 losses, and those are both road losses to Alabama and Texas. Obviously, 2 pretty decent teams there. Kentucky has only won once on the road, and that was Auburn, which is not as good of a team as Vandy, in my opinion. So to me, there's no contest here. Vandy's going to win this game. They are heavy favorites, like minus 300, something like that. So this is expected, but I just wanted to go through the schedules just to show you. I just don't think Kentucky has a chance to win this game, no matter what, basically. And then the next one here is Texas versus Arkansas. Again, like Texas has not lost at home. They've lost at Ohio State, at Florida, at Georgia, but they have not lost at home. And then Arkansas is on an 8-game losing streak. So I just don't see how they compete in this one. We're only getting like minus 300-ish on this one as well, which I think that the line should be heavier towards Texas, but we'll take it. I'm not complaining. And then so I'm going to take those 2 and then pair them with 3 heavy favorites. North Texas at Rice, Utah at K-State, and then Utah home against K-State, and then Miami at Virginia Tech. And these prices I got, you can get better prices, but I was using Novig, and when you parlay, they don't give you they don't give you as good of a price, especially on the heavier favorites. So that's the numbers I ended up getting. So I got plus 111 for this 5-team parlay. I was just trying to get it to plus money. So if you just want to play Vandy and Texas and then try to throw in 1 or 2 heavy favorites to get you to plus money, I just don't like paying the juice. So I like plus money. All right, and then we're doing a scarier one here with just 2 teams. We're going to take BYU at Cincinnati. BYU's only lost 1 game all season long. That was to Texas Tech on the road. And Texas Tech is obviously leading the Big 12 right now. And Cincinnati has lost a couple of times, twice in the Big 12, and then once in the opening week at a neutral site with Nebraska. They did lose a game at home to Arizona. I think BYU is a better team than Arizona. BYU did beat Arizona in double overtime earlier, so you would think they're kind of evenly matched. But that was before BYU really got rolling. Like they had been playing a lot of easy teams, and Arizona was the hardest team that they had played so far. And then they rolled Utah, rolled Iowa State, and then they won decisively against TCU last week. So I just think BYU does win this game. It is going to be close, though. I don't think it's like a slam dunk here. So I am taking the risk. And then I'm going to pair that with Georgia Tech versus Pitt. And to be honest, I don't really follow this division that well, so just keep that in mind, I guess. But Georgia Tech has only 1 loss, and that was a game they should have won. Pitt has 3 losses. 1 was an embarrassing loss to West Virginia on the road. Their only good win is at Florida State. So they haven't really they haven't knocked off any really good teams. And they lost to Notre Dame, like the only really great team that they've played. So I don't think they have a chance to beat Georgia Tech here, but for some reason, a lot of people do. And so this line is closer than it is. So this one, to me, like I feel more like BYU, that one's up in the air. Whereas the Georgia Tech one, I feel like Pitt has no chance, but I don't follow these teams as well. So maybe there's something I'm not seeing here. But I'm going to roll those two together into a money line parlay for plus 191. And then I do have a player prop for you, Jalen Daniels of Kansas. Now they are playing. Who are they playing this week? They're playing Rocco Becht and Iowa State. So they're 3-point underdogs on the road. They're over in every single road game. So I highlighted all the road games here, and he is over this line in all 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then he's over in all of the losses except for one. Now, they're expected to lose because they're underdogs, but I do think they're live to win this one. Kansas is. Because Rocco Becht and Iowa State are kind of banged up. Obviously, Rocco Becht has been playing with a brace for the last few weeks, and some of their other players are banged up as well. So I don't think that this is like guaranteed that they're going to lose this game or that they're going to be losing this game. But I think that the fact that he's gone over in every single road game is a plus. I also think that Iowa State is uniquely designed to stop rushing quarterbacks, which Jalen Daniels is a rushing quarterback. So I think they are going to force him to throw. He's not super consistent on who he's throwing the ball to. So I'm just going to take the quarterback here. And that's the only prop I have for you. If you want to look at the props for Josh Hoover and the TCU, or like the Baylor props, I think you could look at those. I just don't. They were high. Noah Fafita even. I think he has a good matchup, but it was just a high number. So all of those numbers were a little too high for me. I didn't feel very confident about them, so I'm not going to end up going in on them. If I do end up going in on any more college players this week, then I will put it in the pinned comment. I'll also try to post it on X so that you don't have to come back to this video. But some people might be watching this, not today, the day I'm filming it. Anyway, since we just have the one player prop and then we have the 2 plus money plays, then what we're going to do here is let's just do this. Choose one of the 2 money line parlays. So obviously one of them is supposedly easier to hit, but it has 5 legs. The other one only has 2 legs, but it might be a little tougher to hit. So choose which money line parlay you want. And just tell me, the price, or you can tell me like the teams, whatever you want to do to make it clear which one you're choosing. And if that one wins, then you will be in for the cash prize giveaway for this video. All right, thanks guys.